Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, I just got back up.
Oh, no worries. No worries. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. We're gonna give just a few minutes for anyone else that's going to join us.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Eric. We're just gonna wait a few minutes. I think we have a couple more that are going to be joining us.
All right, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Looks like a few more are logging in here and then we'll get started. Yes, if you need to unmute your audio, you can just toggle the mute, unmute, and then that'll allow you to. Any questions you have, feel free to ask as we're going through and introducing you to our program. So if you just, the mute option, if you just toggle that, it will allow your audio to be on. All right, guys, we will go ahead and get started. We might have a few more joining us, so you might hear them chime in as they enter our virtual open house here. But welcome and thank you for taking the time to learn more about our program, our course, our offerings, really looking at how our hybrid option with our course, the logistics, how they're outlined, our enrollment, all those good details. So thank you again for joining us this morning, and we'll go ahead and get started. As I said, if you need to ask any questions, feel free. You can just unmute your audio and you'll be able to ask those questions. Also, I'll do a recap here at the end too for anything that might be of importance to you as well. So let's go ahead with our program. We have a full 500-hour course with both components of lecture and practical. So the lecture takes place just as we are right here on Zoom. It's a live interactive platform. I'm going to show you an example of the other platform that we use with our central communication. It's called Slack. And that's where all of your notes, class materials, anything class related will be posted. It's also where you see your virtual classroom. So you'll see your classmates. And when I say see, you'll see their name, their profile, really any information they want to share. And this platform allows not only for posts and virtual links to be located there for you, but it will also allow for you to interact directly with your classmates also. So we can do posting for the whole class, or you can interact with myself directly, your classmates directly, in addition to our time that we'll spend in class Monday through Thursday. So when we first went through adding in Slack and, due to the necessity from the pandemic, I was pleasantly surprised at how interactive the students were with one another. We've had students travel to see one another, and really we've created some, lifelong friendships and great networking avenues also. So that was a little bit of a concern, and really it's helped students be more familiar with technology that allows for them. I have graduates now that do a great deal of their training through a virtual platform too. So, it's really served quite a few different purposes, but we'll be looking at that today so you can have an idea of how the class not only is structured, but then how does this work? When we're going over and you're learning the material of myself here on Zoom, then for the practical component, the other half of your day, you will be in person at a facility that's conveniently located for you, and you will be under the mentorship of a personal trainer there. So during class, I'm going to show you what our practicals look like. We'll go over the practicals, any questions that you have, and then you will go to the facility for the other half of your day and physically perform the hands-on portion. Okay, so you're getting that real life experience. Now, let's go ahead and just to give you an idea of course offerings, the 500 hours can be divided over 6 months or 12 months. If you're attending full-time, that would be the 6-month option, because you will attend more frequently during a week period of time. So that's 4 days a week. If you're attending part-time, it's 2 days a week, either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. So the part-time option is over a 12-month period of time. That's the two differences. Same content, same course in terms of being both in person and hands-on. It's just spread out over a longer period of time. You don't have as many hours that you're completing during the week. So let's take a quick look at and kind of give you an idea. Our Monday through Thursday class, 9:30 a.m. It is Central Time, so I do have students that are on the West Coast. They join us a little bit earlier for the third class session. And then the practical part will be 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. That's when you will go to your gym that's located by you, go through the practical that's been assigned for that class session. And the practical is a workout. It's going to match the curriculum that we've covered for that day. You'll be doing the hands-on portion, which again, helps the students really be able to retain this information that they'll be using, kind of developing all these skills and tools that they'll use as a trainer. We also have evening and weekend option. Monday, Wednesday night, 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern times. Just shrink us a little here. $12-month, as I had mentioned, just less time that you're committed to during the week. So for students that have a busy schedule outside of class and or just looking to go at a little bit of a slower pace in completing the course, this is ideal for them. Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, same time frames. It's at 9:30 to 2:30 time slot, with the morning being spent with myself and the afternoon hands-on in the gym. Course breakdown, curriculum that we cover. You find a majority of this information directly from our website as well. But 100 hours of anatomy, 100 hours of nutrition, and 100 hours of exercise science, where we're covering programming, special populations, such as if you're training an adolescent versus a senior adult, or if you're training an athlete for performance purposes versus someone who's looking for a higher quality of life. So we'll go through all the foundations in terms of science, but then the application applying to different types of clients and based on their goals and their needs. So we'll walk through assessments being functional movement screening, flexibility, speed, power, strength, really all the different components you can think of with fitness, and being able to add those into our programming outline. You'll also see with nutrition, we'll go over, ways to eat that most would benefit different types of goals a client could have, but also what's sustainable, ways of eating that's sustainable that will really support someone throughout their life. So it's not just a short-term fix, but more of a lifestyle adaptation that we help the students learn how to work with metabolism. How can we get a functional metabolism, a metabolism that's going to support not only what we do on a day-to-day basis, but also what we do in the gym, what our clients will be doing if they do have performance goals, right? If they want to be stronger, faster, more powerful. So we marry the two together. What are we doing with the physical component? Also, how are we supporting those energy needs through nutrition? And then we'll cover different areas in the fitness industry in terms of opportunities and employment that you might not think of outside of a health club or a gym setting. Corporate fitness, post-rehab facilities, independent living centers, fitness boutiques, personal training studios, independent contracting. There's just so many different options and variety of types of employment that you can find with being a personal trainer. I'm just going to pause while I bring up our classroom platform. And with Slack, you are able to only access Slack once you've set up your Zoom, which apparently everyone was successful with doing. Once you've set up Zoom, you can literally just use Slack as your main area for communication. What you're able to do from your smartphone, computer, what have you, because it's also an app. On Slack, all your classes will be listed, the links, so you can just click on the link. It will take you right into Zoom. It's really great. It has that nice third-party integration. So all of your materials for class, you just click on the link. It takes you right to that iCloud for your lecture for that period. So you're not jumping between Zoom, Slack, your email. It's all right here for you. Any questions so far before we look at Slack? So here is Slack. You can see on the left-hand side has our classroom name, MPTI 2021. Channels are listed here. Channels, if you want to think about as just separate subjects or topics that are listed underneath our name. Practicals, these we're going to take a look at as well. That's the practical that we'll cover during the lecture. Then that practical, you can take it right from your phone, head to the gym, and you'll have it right on your phone along with embedded videos. And then if you have additional questions, you will have that contact person at the health club that you could ask questions to, as well as you will have your phone with the Slack app that you can direct message myself also. Okay, so this is the area for Zoom links. That's where the students find their link for class each day. We also record every class. So if you're absent from a class or you have to maybe, pop in early or pop in late and you miss the first portion or leave early, all the recordings are here so you can listen to the lecture. And of course, all of your notes, class material, lectures will be listed here for you as well. So for example, Monday, Wednesday channel, this is our Monday, Wednesday material, our curriculum that we had covered this week. Then Tuesday, Thursday is listed here for you as well. You would just click on the link, takes you right to that folder of material. Also not taking up a lot of storage space on whichever device you might have this uploaded to. It's just a link. So that's another great component about this. You can have this on your phone and it's not going to take a lot of storage. With our announcements, so any class announcements, and then you can see with students, we can all message each other directly here. Right. And then our practicals, which is the physical hands-on part that you will do at the gym, are listed here for you as well. I'm just, there we go. So you can see this is yesterday's practical from Veterans Day. So we just click on this link, and Thursdays, generally speaking, are regeneration days from the week's worth of workouts. We also did some postural assessments, active, dynamic, and static both. So you just click the link, and then you're going to see instructions, which we cover in class, but you'll always have that with you. The instructions along with each individual movement or exercise. And when you click on that movement, you're going to see a demonstration as a video. So we can just click play.
The Jackknife Abdominals using the stability ball is predominantly a sagittal plane exercise that's going to put a big eccentric demand on the abdominals. We're going to keep the upper body fixed as the knees move to the hands and away from the hands. So Anna's going to get both feet on the ball and she's going to put her hands on the floor in the push-up position. But from here, we're going to have her draw the ball in towards her chest. And as she goes back, she's got to eccentrically control the weight of her center of gravity, which is around the hips, to keep it from dropping down. Now, if we wanted to progress this exercise, Anna's going to stabilize on her toes on the ball. And as she comes up, she's going to come up and pike, making it the lever much longer from the toes to the hips, placing a greater demand on the abdominals as she does this.
So you can see just from that one video link, not only will you have the movement or exercise that is part of a particular practical, but we'll also talk about progressions, ways to make the exercise more challenging. We'll also talk about regressions, ways to make the exercise less intense. With that, students have a variety then of different options, and also it helps them to understand intensities and effort as we work through and applying that to our programming for clients. Right, so those are your practicals. Slack, again, is your central point where you access your practicals, your notes, the Zoom links, Zoom recordings, everything class related. Now with the class itself, we do have, you can see in the chat, I have one question here about outside hours that could be needed. If you're able to attend class, just on a weekly basis, stay on top of what's being covered. We have a couple of projects that we work on. One is nutrition based. We have one that's a client trainer simulation. But really, for the full-time class, about 3 hours if you're able to spend in addition to really well for their exams. And for exams, we take them right here on Zoom as well. So everything is done here with the exams. We have one, it falls about every 2 weeks, just recapping what we had covered for that particular unit. And then with your completion date, if you have hours that you need to make up for any reason, we do that on an individual basis. So I have different projects according to where we are within the curriculum that I can assign that's in relation to what we're covering. So it'll be practical for you. But really, students do very well with getting their hours in, testing, it's all completed. Yeah, okay. So I can see chats here that are popping up to me that you guys can't see, just so you know where I'm getting these questions from. Someone had just asked about if you can't attend in person, how would you make those hours up? And I assume you mean for the practical, if you can't attend those hours in person, you would just let myself know and I can help you adapt that particular practical to a workout that you could do from home. Yeah, good question. Our next class starts January. Well, we have one in November, the 22nd, and then our next class for the new year will start January the 3rd. And you might, as you're starting to research, or depending on where you're at with researching, other certifications have more of a study at home based component, and then you take a test, not a lot of hands-on. And that's one of the biggest areas where we have a big separation that, above all makes us different, is that hands-on experience that you get as a student that sets you up for success right when you hit the ground entering into your new career. I think about when I went through school, how nice it would have been to have had an MPTI around. It would have saved myself some of that trial and error. And I think about some of my first clients many eons ago. They were a little bit of my guinea pig because we didn't have hands-on experiences. We graduated and then you went into your job, and those individuals that you worked with first were your hands-on experience. So any questions that you have? Again, if you want to talk, you just click the mute button that will unmute yourself.
Hi, my name's Kylan. So I'm going to Alabama and I won't be back to January 9th. Is there any way that when I come back, I can just make up those days? But also, I will be leaving in May, so I won't be able to do the actual physical, like be in person in May, but where I'm going, they will have a gym. So is there any way I can just like send in videos of me working out?
Yes, you sure can. And like I said, if you, let's say you were going somewhere where you weren't going to have gym access, I could give you the practical and help you adapt that to a home-based workout. But yes, you can send in videos. We also, you'll see on the practical channel on Slack where students give their feedback. You could even just give the feedback directly there and upload your video there too.
Okay.
Yeah, so it makes it nice in terms of being flexible if you do have to travel or be absent.
Okay, and we have a final exam at the end, is that correct?
So there's a exam every 2 weeks. It's not cumulative at the end though. So when you take your last exam, it will be pertaining to the current unit that you just covered. So there won't be one that's cumulative over the full 500 hours.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, good question. Any other questions that you have?
Oh, are you gonna go over the pricing and
Yes.
how to? Yeah.
Yes. Our tuition is $6,900, and we have interest-free payment plans that are available. And I can either send you, or you might have our corporate office contact information. Those payment plans you would just set up directly with our corporate office.
Can you send it? If I send my email in the chat, can you send it to me?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, Skylin, let me just double check. I have your email address. I see it here. So yes, I can just send that to you.
Okay, and it's just like money out of pocket. It's like not like we can't use fast food and nothing like that. It's just like
Right. We're less than a 2-year program, so we don't have the federal, we're not eligible for the federal assistance, but we do have payment plans that are interest-free.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem. All right, guys, if you think of any questions, don't be shy. Feel free to reach out to myself. I will send all of you an email, just kind of a follow-up, see if you have any questions. Don't be shy. Feel free to reach out to myself, and I would look forward to having all of you, hopefully in a future class. All right, enjoy your weekend.
Thank
I'll
you.
stay on in case you guys have any questions. I'll be on for a couple of minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Eric. Any questions I can answer for you?
No, just can you send me just the prices and everything on my email? That's all I need.
Okay.
In the plans,
And the what?
in the plans, if I want it in a year or 6 months,
The scheduling, sure.
get the scheduling, yeah, please.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, no problem. Right.